I'm Mandie Nelson, and I go to the Bethel, Brunswick campus. It was 2002, the first time I got a diagnosis of mental illness. I was hospitalized a couple of times for suicide attempts after my mom's successful completion of suicide. And when I came to Bethel last year, I was really excited and nervous about Freedom Weekend because I heard good things about people being set free from all kind of illnesses, and I had to reconcile the hard questions. How come this hasn't happened for me yet? January of this year, I went to Freedom Weekend, and it was life-changing. So I was so scared on Friday night. I went home just having the highest hopes, and I told my husband, if it doesn't work this time, I don't know what I'm gonna do. So Saturday came, and went through the session, and Kim was very gracious. She's amazing. And she said, you know, it's okay if you still have questions at the end of the session, and you can make a one-on-one appointment. So I went back for a one-on-one, and I feel like all of those questions got addressed. The freedom that came from that is undescribable. The next days were just filled with so much peace and like a centering of my soul. I felt whole. And I had an appointment with a psychiatrist. I had to establish care here in the area since we moved here last year. And my family doctor asked me, you know, can you please see a specialist and make sure that, you know, you're on the right medicine. So I made the appointment and had my intake on March 16th, my birthday, and it was 2 months after Freedom Weekend. I was telling my husband, I think something is different this time. I feel different. When I got there, I didn't get to see the doctor. I had to see a counselor, and she had to write her own diagnosis so I could see the doctor. And I told her my story, everything from the childhood abuse and trauma to the many hospitalizations and suicide attempts and many medication changes. And then I told her about Freedom Weekend and how I'd felt different and centered for the last 2 months. And she was silent. And after 2 hours, I asked her, so what do you think? And she said, are you ready for this? She said, I don't think you have a mental illness. She said, it sounds like you did the really hard work and were able to process all the trauma. And I think that you don't have bipolar disorder. And when they give you that diagnosis in the medical community, you know, they tell you there's no cure. You're on medication and in therapy for the rest of your life, and it will always be hard. All you can hope for is to manage your symptoms. To that, I would say, they don't know my God.